Hi, Kaylin. Time for another story. And this time, we're going for another chapter of the Christmasaurus. Now, I've got Pikachu here with me. So Pikachu's going to get cuddled in and he's going to listen to the story. Now, hopefully, you're nice and comfy. And are you cuddled in? Good. So, the chapter we're on now is 21. And it's called The Hunt Begins. But if you remember, in the last chapter, it was about swapping secrets, and that was about Brenda and William becoming friendly. That's a nice chapter. Anyway, it's time for chapter 21. The Hunt Begins. The hunter woke up to the smell of steaming dog breath as Growler licked him with his dry, crusty tongue.
"Get away, you disgusting giant tick bus,"
he snapped, as he wobbled to his feet and tried to make sense of what had just happened. First, he recalled falling from the roof. Then he remembered...
"The dinosaur! He got away!"
And the hunter gasped.
No, not fair. That's not fair at all. No.
He whined and kicked in the snow like a stroppy toddler.
"I want the dinosaur. I want his head. I want it hanging on my wall, and I want it now," he screamed.
The hunter snatched up his rifle from the snowy bush and marched across the street to William's wonky little house. He had had enough. No more hiding. He was going to burst through the front door, march inside, and... Then the hunter stopped. He was standing at William's gate, staring at a hole in the front door. A dinosaur-shaped hole in the front door. Then he noticed something on the ground at his feet.
"Dinosaur tracks,"
he grasped. There were large, clear dinosaur footprints in the snow, heading off down the street. Running through them were the tiny tyre tracks of William's wheelchair.
"Ha ha! I've got him now,"
the hunter scoffed, as he bent down and picked up a lump of snow that had been squashed by the Christmasaurus. The hunter poked out his horrible tongue and tasted it. Ugh.
Yes,
he said to himself, trying to decipher the distinct taste of the dinosaur's tracks.
"That pesky little bullet dodger was lucky this time. I never miss a shot. Next time, he won't be so lucky, Growler,"
he cried, and his dog stood to attention at his side.
"Find the dinosaur."
The dog instantly set to work, sniffing back and forth along the footprints and tyre tracks. He found the scent and let out a howl of excitement. The hunt had begun. Now, that was a really small chapter. It was only 3 minutes, so I think we'll move on to the next chapter. So that was the end of chapter 1. Chapter 22, Cracking the Code. William yanked hard on the fairy lights, and the Christmasaurus came to a halt. They were stopped at the entrance to a magnificent building, with columns that extended from the snowy pavement to the sky above, and an enormous archway overhead that was covered with intricate carvings of angels, animals, plants, and people. The museum! The Christmasaurus thought it looked so wonderful that it would feel right at home at the North Pole. "It's pretty cool, right?" William said. "One problem, though. We're not exactly visiting during our opening hours." William pointed to the enormously grand doors that were very obviously locked shut behind a large sign that said, "Closed until New Year." The Christmasaurus sighed and dipped his head in disappointment. Nice picture. "Not to worry, though," William said, with a mischievous grin. "I know a secret way inside." He pointed towards a small, shadowy archway that overhung a black metallic-looking door, barely visible from the road. The Christmasaurus tilted his head, and his tail started wagging like an excited puppy. He'd never felt so excited before. He'd thought he'd never get to see other dinosaurs. He ran over towards the secret door in the shadow, dragging William's chair behind him, but he was suddenly stopped short. Stairs! The small secret door at the top of the large, icy flight of stairs. He may not have been the smartest dinosaur, but he knew that there was no way William's chair could make up a flight of stairs. In the daytime, I use the wheelchair ramp, William said, but that only goes to the main entrance, not this door. William hadn't thought about this. Maybe they wouldn't be going to the museum tonight after all. But the Christmasaurus wasn't going to let a few measly steps get in the way of him meeting other dinosaurs. He turned to William, lay down on the ground next to his wheelchair, and let out a little grunt. William knew exactly what the dinosaur was saying. Get on! William didn't need any encouragement. He scrambled excitedly out of his chair, using all his strength to heave his legs over the dinosaur's back. And with a little nudge here and there from the Christmasaurus, he was finally sitting on top of his smooth, scaly back. He untangled most of the fairy lights from the dinosaur's neck until they were detached from the wheelchair. This is much better, said William, as the Christmasaurus stood and headed up the stairs towards the secret door. I wish I could ride you to school. When they reached the top of the steps and arrived at the shadowy door, the Christmasaurus gave it a nudge, but it was locked. We need to type in the security code, said William, pointing to a small security box next to the door, covered in numbers and flashing lights. The Christmasaurus had never seen such a weird contraption before. They had no security boxes or codes in the North Pole. It was protected by magic. Luckily, I just happened to know how to work out the code, William said proudly. It's quite simple, really. I've seen it in a movie. It's so cold out tonight that the little number box is almost completely frozen. See? William pointed at the little box. All the numbered buttons are covered in frost, all except the three of them. The Christmasaurus sniffed and studied the frosty numbered box, but it looked awfully confusing to his wee dino brain. You see, these 3 numbers don't have ice on them because these 3 have been pressed lots and lots today, so the ice has melted from them, William explained, which means the security code must use these 3 numbers. The Christmasaurus looked closely and could see that William was right. All the buttons were frosted over except the 3 of them. So, all we need to do is work out the correct order of these 3 numbers. William explained. Let's see. The unfrozen numbers are 1, 2, and 4. I guess we should start at the beginning. So, do you know how many combinations you can get out of 3 numbers? You can get 1, 2, 4. You can get 2, 1, 4. You can get 2, 4, 1. That's a lot, isn't it? And you can just keep doing that. So, 3 numbers times 3 times 3. It's a lot, isn't it? It's 27 different codes. That's a lot. For 3 numbers. Wow. I wonder how he's going to do it. Anyway, he reached out his hand, which was now shaking with cold, as he was only wearing his dinosaur PJs and the thin dressing gown, and he pressed the number 1. Bleep! A little red light flashed. Darn it! A red light means wrong. Okay, so that's a lot easier if that's how it is. William told the Christmasaurus, okay, so we know it doesn't start with number 1. He reached out his freezing finger and pressed at number 2. Bleep, bleep. This time, the light flashed green. Yes! This means it was the right number. So the code started with the number 2. William insides were all fluttery with excitement. He reached out again and pressed the number, number 4. Bleep! Oh. But another red light flashed. Incorrect. William thought to himself, then started the code from the beginning with number 2. Bleep, bleep. Green light. There was only one other unfrosted button, number 1. It had to be correct. He reached out and pushed it and waited for a green light. But, bleep, red light, incorrect. He slumped down heavily on the dinosaur's shoulders. It all looked so hopeless all of a sudden. Oh, I'm sorry, William said. I don't think I can work out the code. It's useless. What a rotten way to spend Christmas Eve. In the distance, a loud glong echoed through the streets. It came from the clock tower as it chimed 1 o'clock in the morning. Well, I was wrong. It's not Christmas Eve anymore. It's Christmas Day. What a rotten way to start Christmas Day. Wait, just a second. William had a thought. Yesterday was Christmas Eve, the 24th of December. 2 and 4 are two of the frozen numbers on the code. But that was yesterday. William's brain was ticking faster than the clock tower, and it suddenly ticked up an idea. What if, he wondered, leaning in for one last crack at the code, what if the security code is the day's date? He quickly punched in the first number of the date, 2, bleep, bleep. The green light lit twinkled, which means that at midnight the code changed, making one of those unfrozen numbers wrong. He reached out and pushed a new number, the frosted number 5. Bleep, bleep. The green light twinkled again. Maybe William was right. With a shaky finger, he pushed in the next number. 1. Bleep, bleep. The twinkle green light lit up William's excited face as he pushed the final number. 2. Bleep, 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 clink. The lock flicked open. It worked, cried William. 2512, the 25th of the 12th. That's today's date. Merry Christmas. He punched the air in victory as the Christmasaurus nudged the door open with his nose, and they stepped inside the museum. Okay, that's the end of that chapter. So that's 2 chapters we've had in this sweet tale, in this video, which was good. I hope you enjoyed them, but that's the end. Now, I know Pikachu did, but it's time to go to bed. Okay? Night-night.